Francis here with the 3 o'clock news headlines. Opposition leader Suzanne Lee is downplaying her comments that Kevin Rudd should be sacked as Australia's ambassador to the US. Donald Trump has forgiven Mr. Rudd after the president was reminded of disparaging comments that had been made about him. Some Liberals are urging their colleagues to stop being a churlish and support Mr. Rudd's position. Ms. Lee says she'll take the feedback on board.
I welcome all the comments from my talented backbench, and I know, like me, that they are focused on the real bread and butter issues that matter to our small businesses, to our households, to our families.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's flight home from Washington, D.C. has made an unscheduled landing in the United States. An overhead locker opened and a heavy object fell out, injuring a crew member. Reporter Andrew Probyn says the injury is not believed to be serious, but the plane has landed in Missouri as a precaution.
It looks like one of the RAF staff at the back of the jet has opened an overhead locker and something heavy has fallen on and someone below it. Doesn't seem to be too serious. As a precaution, they're stopping in Missouri.
The opposition claims the Albanese government has negotiated a secret deal with America to manipulate superannuation funds. The funds are expected to increase US investment by $1.4 trillion over the next decade. It follows a successful meeting between the Prime Minister and President Donald Trump to boost the critical minerals trade. But Shadow Treasurer Ted O'Brien says it's not for the government to determine how retirement savings are invested.
Hey, hang on.
What's this?
Are you serious? Are they now committing literally trillions of Australian dollars from retirement savings of everyday Australians? Now, if that's not the case, clean it up and confirm it's not the case.
No one has ever been turned away by Hutt Street Centre, but there are genuine fears it could reach capacity within a matter of years. There has been a rising number of people seeking homeless services, with the sector edging towards crisis point. CEO Chris Burns says at the moment Hutt Street Centre is seeing between 130 and 180 people visit every day.
We cannot handle more than 250 a day. And when you look at that daily growth of numbers over the last 4 years since COVID hasn't been of influence, that number is progressively growing quite significantly. And when you take it out, it'll be in the financial year 27-28 that we will hit that limit of 250.
A US aviation company has been confirmed as the buyer of Rex Airlines. The federal government bailed out the regional carrier after it fell into administration 15 months ago. Administrators say they've entered into a sale and implementation deal with their Air T. Now turning to FIVEAA sport. The Matildas are coming back to Adelaide. Tourism Minister Zoe Beddison says they'll play the second of 2-game international series against New Zealand here.
We can't wait to see the Matildas back in Adelaide again at Cooper Stadium on the 2nd of December this year.
General public tickets will go on sale at 2 p.m. this Friday. In netball, with the first win under their belts, Australia's Diamonds are feeling pumped ahead of the Constellation Cup's Game 2 against the New Zealand Silver Ferns tonight in Sydney. New Zealand coach Yvette McCausland Jury says beating the onset of mental fatigue is a big focus for her team.
I mean, playing the world champions is a real privilege, and I think for us, they're going to go away and you can talk about a lot of things, you can watch video, and obviously we watched them, Australia play South Africa, and everything we thought was going to happen happened, but it goes pretty quick.
A thriller start to the NBA season, Oklahoma City Thunder has pipped the Houston Rockets 125-124 after double overtime. In the late game, the Lakers take on the Warriors. And in the AFL, Essendon has made a massive offer to Hawthorn's Josh Weddle ahead of his 2026 contract year. The Dons have put forward a deal of at least 7 years at more than $1 million a season. The entirety would nudge $10 million, which would be a club record. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
At St Agnes, got a burst water main still getting fixed. Been getting fixed for about 3 days. I think they have the apprentice working on that one. Hancock Road near Francis Street. Glen Osmond Road plates in use due to urgent works. Port Rice Road at the bottom of the freeway. Pretty slow at Norwood. Port Rice Road near McGill Road. Speeds at 40 there too and getting busy. Brighton Road, Glenelg East. Camera, Waverley Ridge Road, Crafers West. Notice someone with a blue nail? They're not just making a statement, they're taking a stand. Donate at polishedman.com and help end violence against women and children. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Fly Adelaide to Europe return from $1,599 economy class or $7,965 business class. Visit pht.com.au.
A shower or two this afternoon, the top of 18 today. Partly cloudy tomorrow with a top of 20. Friday, partly cloudy and 22. Saturday, showers and a storm, 26 the top. Right now, it's 16 degrees on 5AA. Let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, Adelaide's biggest homeless shelter at breaking point. Why the Hutt Street Centre is fearing it'll have to turn people away. The new EV that's become the cheapest on the market. Adelaide's real estate hits record highs yet again. And next level customer service. Humanoid robots at the shops. 9 News. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Hi, it's Jane Riley here. You've probably heard me talking about fusion clinical trials. Clinical research is vital for paving the way in the development of new medications and future health management. This is Fusion's commitment in Adelaide with its team of doctors, health professionals and the community working together to improve the well-being of all Australians and those beyond our shores. Rest assured, we'll be hearing more about Fusion clinical research in the months ahead. Trusted research, proven results, Fusion.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre is a small wearable sensor that monitors your glucose levels and trends and sends them straight to your phone. Instant, up-to-date feedback. No finger pricks. How good is that? And you can trial Freestyle Libre for only $15. Just head to freestylelibre.com.au to find out how. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use. Read warnings before purchase. Free yourself from finger pricks with Freestyle Libre.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
7 minutes after 3. Thanks for tuning in. Joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. 8223 0000 is my number. Complete Care live stream. Facebook, YouTube, now operational. Normally at this time on a Wednesday, we would have Richard Pascoe, Adelaide Tech Guy, here to take all of your questions for your phones, your tablets, your computers. Richard Pascoe's on a junket. He's in Sydney. I shouldn't say junket. He's at a work event, technology style. So he will be back on Saturday from midday. So you'll be able to ask his tech questions there. Or, of course, you can join us next Wednesday on the show. But right now he's in Sydney with all of the tech heads. And they're all working out the new things that you need to know. So we'll get Richard back on the show at some stage. So apologies to those of you who are big fans of Adelaide Tech Guy. What it does mean is after we get to a couple of your text messages here on the other side of the break, you'll hear from Dave Faulkner, legendary frontman for the Hoodoo Gurus. If you're a lover of Australian rock and roll, 40-year anniversary of Mars Needs Guitars, their second album, which people love so much, and they're always fun to chat to, the Guru, so we'll speak to Dave shortly about that. What we can do is we can do a little bit of business too, as well as your text messages, and let people know. First and foremost, our interactive lounge tomorrow. I really want you to join us if you can tomorrow, because we'll have reps from ECH discussing the new support at home services, which takes effect from November 1. So that will be a great chat. Also your chance to ask your questions off air confidentially. So if you need to know anything about support at home services, tomorrow is the day. Be listening to the show from 1 o'clock. We'll be able to do that. The Lucky Dumpling Market, that's also back. We mentioned this the other day on the show. We have a food and bev voucher for you to get down, enjoy some drinks, enjoy some treats on us. Amazing food vendors as far as the eye can see. So, Blake, give me a number between 1 and 5, please, if you can. Number 3, thank you. Caller number 3, 8223 0055. If you'd like to go along, we'll give you a food and bev voucher for you to enjoy. You can taste the flavours of Asia at the Lucky Dumpling Market. It's Adelaide's springtime food and entertainment hub from the 17th of October till the 9th of November. LuckyDumplingMarket.com. Go to 8223 0055 if you want to win that particular voucher. Couple of text messages and a call before we speak to Dave from the Hootie Gurus. Marion says, brilliant book, sounds amazing, great interview. It's not available at Dymocks though. Can you help me please, Marion? If you get online, you'll be able to find it everywhere online. You can get on Chris's website himself, which is drchristopherreynolds.com. There's also Google Books and a couple of other publishing places that you'll be able to get it. But if you just put it in, Marion, What a Capital Idea, Australia 1770 to 1901, or even just What a Capital Idea book, you'll be able to find it online and be able to pick it up, or go to drchristopherreynolds.com. You can get it from there. Jeff from Williamstown agrees with Mara, one of our earlier text messages, saying that he doesn't like the new Bomb app. Why do you change something when it's not broken? Yeah, there's a new font, a new different face, if you like, of the app that some people aren't liking. Thank you for that, Jeff. I'm going to have to try and work out on there where everything I need is on there. And just before we get to Mark on that exact issue, William says on the text, Leith, I love the show, but I get frustrated with your opinions because you sit on the fence. You need to stick to the left or stick to the right. For example, Pauline Hanson and Donald Trump, and yet you have Dr. Chris Reynolds on the show. You're contradicting yourself. Well, William, I don't think I am, to be honest. So I'm not sure you can put a historical Australian historian and a constitutional expert in the same conversation as Donald Trump and Pauline Hanson. Now, they might share similar views, but this is a chance for you to make up your own mind and either read his book or go to the show. So I don't think they're not the same peas in the same pod, personally. And I also think that is the beauty of doing a show like this, and I think we all should not stick to party lines when it comes to politics. If you think something is right on the left, then buy in. And conversely, if you are more left-leaning and you think that something on the right is being done right, then you can reward them too. I don't like these people who just stay down one line and say everything we do is right and everything you do is wrong. That's not right. That's not evolved, William, I don't think. You've got to be open to ideas and to conversations with people and then make up your own mind. I appreciate the text. Thanks for loving the show, but I think it's better to listen to everyone. Give you a chance to make up your own mind. Mark from Berry, before we get to the break and the Gurus. G'day, Mark.
How you going, man?
Good, thank you.
Oh, look, first of all, what's their dumplings? What are they?
Lucky dumplings? It's an Asian delicacy.
I've never had one.
No, I haven't either. I think I tried one and didn't like it, which will come to no surprise as many people, but it's just an Asian delicacy that people enjoy, and you can have all different kinds of fillings in your dumplings, but there's a whole range of Asian food for Ausasia.
Oh, no worries. Okay, no, never tried it. Oh, I'd try all kinds of food, but never tried it. Look, the Bomb app, the Bomb app is incredibly bad. Ooh. What they've done to it, because I'm on the land, and what they've actually done to it is terrible. It's shocking. You've got to. I mean, I'm 60. I've got to use reading glasses, but. I've got to try and get in there. When they had it, now my problem with it is that you can't, even if you punch in the 7-day forecast, it doesn't come under all these categories of Saturday, Sunday and all. It's all scattered. You've got to go across a line of every day, and it goes by hour. I think that either they should have, being a government department and a federal government department, I believe, or whatever, but I think they should have put it out to the public, people, but they won't do that these days.
Oh, so Mark, I disagree. I disagree. Thank you for the call. I think what they will do is, I think People Power could work on this, because Blake, as you would have seen on the Complete Care live stream, just handed me a note that the Bureau's shiny new website is already dividing Australians. A lot of people are calling for the old version to come back. Some others think it's sleek and simple, but the Bureau has unveiled their new revamped website. It's caused a storm, no pun intended, online. Hundreds of people, 500 plus comments flooded the Facebook page within an hour of the launch. Some people don't like it. Some people do. So I think, Mark, if there is enough pressure put on the Bureau and people say, hey, this is not what we're used to, this is not what we like, can you please change it back? I think they might. eventually because it's such an important service for so many people. Others will like the new slick look, but I'm with you. Whether you're from the country or the city, sometimes if it's not broken, you don't need to fix it. But thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. I've got to get to the news, the break rather, because on the other side we're going to speak to the Hootie Gurus. And thank you to Caesar from North Adelaide who sent a text message as well. He said, well, am I not going to be lefty Leith anymore? Will I be 50 cents each way? Maybe, Caesar. Thank you. Or maybe we could all just talk to each other, as opposed to just staying down one line of politics. That's something to consider. Righto, short break. Hootie Guru's next on the Complete Care live stream.
The Phil Hoffman Travel Expo is back for 2025 this Sunday from 10 a.m. at the Adelaide Convention Centre. There'll be over 60 travel experts and operators to give you expert advice on destinations all over the world with huge savings on the day. Plus, there'll be holidays to be won, entertainment, free travel talks and free entry. If you're heading along, make sure you drop past and join Jono Edwards live from 1 p.m. The Phil Hoffman Travel Expo, proudly supported by 1395 FIVEAA. Always Adelaide.
KFC's new $4.95 Sweet Tokyo fill-up. Hot and crispy, drizzled with sweet teriyaki, sprinkled with sesame seeds, plus all your other faves. Kinda sweet, kinda not. Like being told, your face is so unique. Rude. KFC, FLG. Not everywhere, not forever. Pick up only until 4 p.m.
It's the model year run out at Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens. Save thousands on selected caravans, camper vans and motorhomes. Get up to $5,000 off selected new and used models plus caravans and camper trailers from just $46,990. Top brands like Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal, Andrea and Hitchhiker ready now. But hurry, sale ends November 29 or while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens today.
Guard your home. Allergens, dust, pet hair, all gone. The new Miele Guard vacuum range is here now at Harvey Norman. Combining high suction power with hygienic performance, the Miele Guard traps 99.99% of allergens and dust for optimal cleaning of hard floors, carpets, upholstery and more. All wrapped in Miele's signature blend of quality and style. Priced from just $649. The new Miele Guard vacuum range is available in-store and online at Harvey Norman now.
Whether you're running a big project or juggling multiple sites, meetings and deadlines, that's a Kennard's Hire job. From roads, transport and renewables to schools and hospitals, if you're in charge of major infrastructure projects, Kennard's Hire has the capability, solutions and expertise to make the job easy. So when you need the right solution with 24/7 support, that's a Kennard's Hire job.
Hi, Kennard's Hire.
Talk to our experts today.
Kennard's make your job easy.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. With 40 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Go Vita Marion. Nutrivital Beauty Collagen with hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides helps maintain healthy-looking skin when consumed as part of a balanced diet. Nutrivital Beauty Collagen, 155 grams, now $35.50. Save 50%.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Semaphore and Tanunda.
One day you wake up and it's not so cold anymore. The sun is out. The air is warm. You ditch the overcoat for a linen shirt. You trade the pullover for a polo and swap the boots for the loafers. It feels like life is just beginning again. A fitting start to summer. For all the confidence under the sun, head to Peter Shearer.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday? At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
So Australian rock legends, the iconic Hootie Gurus, are celebrating 40 years, the 40th anniversary of their landmark second album, Mars Needs Guitars. They have re-released or reissued a deluxe 2 LP to celebrate the 40 years. Frontman, legend, Dave Faulkner. Congratulations, Dave, on the anniversary.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. As Keith Richards says, nice to be anywhere.
Hey, so the Gurus form in 81. Was there, take me back 40 years, was there that second album pressure on the back of the first album from memory?
We didn't feel it. I mean, the first album was successful, but it was a bit of a sleeper. When it first came out, Stone Age Romeos, that is, it was kind of like we got a little bit of a pat on the head from a couple of the critics, but there wasn't any ballyhoo about, oh, here it is, the second coming, this great debut album. And the success of that album kind of, as I say, grew slowly over the year. And by the end of that 12 months, it was very, well loved, and we were doing bigger shows, but it was all kind of very organic. So when we went in to do another album, there was no real pressure other than the fact, I guess, one major change was we had a new drummer in Mark Kingsmill, and we'd just done a US tour with him. And so he'd kind of become pretty much, worked into the band. We felt really much like there's a great chemistry there, and a couple of songs we even played on that tour. So we road tested those, and it just felt good. So we just went in and just did it the best way we knew how, and had some fun.
And then magic happens. Album.
It does. I mean, that's it. When you are connected musically, and and also same kind of mindset as well.
Yep.
There's this kind of shared vision that kind of gets captured.
You mentioned Mark and the drum. I don't want to age you, Dave. I was 9 when the album came out. And you're impressionable at that age, because you're listening to the radio as a 9-year-old all the time. Right. Wow, Wipe Out. We would listen religiously. And I think, your voice is iconic, as you know, but the drumming in that song in particular, 40 years on, is still so much fun to listen to.
It's a very famous drum beat before we used it. It's kind of like the sporting chant song for crowds at events, but which is part of what inspired me about writing the song in the first place. I kind of had that drum beat in my head, and then figured out some chords that would go over it that themselves became iconic. So it was just a happy accident, really. But Mark, incredible drummer, and such a part of the band, and we still miss him. He was with us for most of our career. He stopped about 8 years ago. He'd actually officially stopped about 11 years ago, but then he came back for 18 months because he had some renovations he wanted to pay off. So he had a little return visit, a little encore. But, he's so much a part of us, and hearing the songs, I can't separate, Mark's drumming personality from our music at that time was crucial.
There's so much genius in that. Even the little bit, I'm not musical, so I don't know what you would call it, but even the little bits where, it's da-da-da-da-da-da, like those little bits and pieces. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, that's guitar feedback. So that's the thing, when we recorded that song, we were not imagining that this was even going to go on the album. We thought this is just a B-side for a bit of fun. We'll make a bit of a racket. Let's not even bother about trying to write some kind of lead break. Let's just do feedback, because we love the sound of just noise, and guitars. And that's, to us, that's musical. But, you mentioned radio before. We just thought radio stations will never have a bar of this sort of thing. It wasn't what they were playing. They were playing lots of electronic music, the Human League and Thompson Twins and all that sort of 80s, post-new romantic stuff that was all the rage. And we were playing guitars like a bunch of primitives, and very much out of fashion. And we had no notion of trying to do anything to fit in with the mainstream either. So that's probably why it's got the feeling it has. It sounds like raw energy, and, people that don't give a damn. And I think people connected to that.
I name check Barry Bissell all the time as kids, just listening to the radio, really just like these songs over, and 40 years on, as great as. So you wrote all the songs on that album pretty much, bar sort of one or two. Have you got...
there's a couple of people mentioned listed on this title track, Marty's Guitars. James Baker, our previous drummer, came up with the title of that. He got a name check, in the credits for that. But a couple of, we kind of put a bit of a group composition for that one. But I wrote everything else. Yeah.
So have you got great pride then in the fact that Bittersweet and Wipe Out and Death, they're still crackers, Dave. It's 40 years on. Some music you park in the 80s and you leave it there, but not yours. Like, you can listen to it today.
You don't open that door and
no.
Like,
that was fun. We're never going
there
again.
I really like that. Oh, gosh. But some things actually, it's the opposite, where actually you kind of thought it was cheesy at the time. You kind of look at it as an old friend now. Look, it's in our case, it's amazing that these songs have stood the test of time. And I can say that because it's been proved by the fact I'm even here talking to you now, and yet we're playing all these shows everywhere and still, doing huge numbers of that sort of stuff. but also just the way people react to those specific songs. You know, they're still just as alive and current for us as anything, you know, else we've ever done in our career. So, yeah, that's been amazing. I mean, what can I say? I can't explain it other than the fact that, you know, I'm very much, as a songwriter, very focused on having a melody that's sort of, you know, sticks in your head. And that's because that's what makes me want to write the song. I have the melody and it's just something I'm singing for days and I just have to finish that song. And then lyrics also, you know, I kind of write things that don't, you know, I try to make it so that you can hear them without having to kind of like get a dictionary or, you know, try and do a psychoanalysis of my brain space at that moment, which you couldn't possibly know. I don't write songs like that. I try to write like I'm talking to you now, you know, so that you're understanding what I'm saying and it means something right now rather than, you know, I'll figure it out in 6 months.
Oh, it's so great. And the songs today, whether it's on the CD or the record or you're listening to them on Spotify, I must admit, knowing we were chatting, I hadn't watched the videos for a while. Like, because MTV and, you know, if you don't get Rage, that's kind of it. I'd forgotten how good the videos are, like your luscious locks and just, you know, everything.
Oh, yes, the sad departure of my hair. Look, my hair cuts. It's kind of like that's my shame of you know, right through our career, but I can't avoid it. You know, there they are in color and you know, moving pictures. Yes, like I had teased hair in the first album, and I actually got in such a strife on that, all the touring we did for the Stone Age Romeos, that all the teasing, it never had time to comb it out and, you know, treat your hair properly. So I just got more teased, more knotted, and it became like almost like one giant, you know, like a
dreadlock,
you know, like Rasta Man. But so that's when I combed it all out and just said, that's it, no more hairspray, no more back combing. And I just had the headband to kind of like keep it on my eyes. And that was a look for a few albums. And then as the hair retreated, you know, so the adjustments were made. But here I am today, no haircut at all, virtually.
To listen to the music, to watch the guitar work, you know, sometimes watching those videos give you a whole different perspective again on the song that you're so used to hearing as opposed to visually as well. So next year's 45 years of the band, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you know, who's counting? You know, we're still playing great. I mean, the tour we just did the end of last year and beginning of this year for Stone Age Romeos, the Back to the Stone Age tour. I mean, I think that's some of the best playing we've ever done. And people were telling us that as well. People that had seen us right through our career and saying that was the best they'd ever seen us. So we're feeling pretty top of our game. Obviously, my hair's changed. I'm more withered as you know, my skin. But as far as the guitar playing and the singing, it's all still intact. And that's kind of what you come to see the Hoodoo Gurus for, I think. You don't really care.
Absolutely.
And I never like, you know, fashion plates. No. It's just always kind of like, you know, come for the music and stay for the attitude.
But I got to say, you're still working hard. Like, I'm looking at all the news and people are excited. You're playing the Birdsville Big Red Bash and the one in New Zealand, Greenstone, with like Iggy.
Yeah, that just got announced. And in fact, that was a very quick thing, and that's with Iggy Pop and Joan Jett. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. That's a great bill for us.
That is awesome.
You know, a bit of rocking going on. And we also have a very special show we're announcing early next week, which I can't say, but it's going to be for people in Melbourne. So, and if anyone that wants to go to Melbourne for it, because it's going to be pretty good.
We'll travel. So short flight for us, a little bit of a drive. Originally released on the 8th of March, 1985, the Mars Need Guitars 40th Anniversary Deluxe 2LP edition will be out at the end of the month. I love the idea that not only are you giving people the album they love, it sounds slightly different. I guess it's been tweaked and prodded to make it even sound better, but all the early demo stuff. So you're servicing your fans and your hardcores too.
We've never released those before, so they're your private work tape, so to speak, before you record, and there'll be things that people will notice that are quite different. And, you know, not a lot, because, you know, we are the band on record. We don't get changed by a producer or anything like that. We just try to capture what we're about. But, you know, for example, the solo on Bittersweet, not there. In fact, I'm playing the solo on Bittersweet, which is quite a different approach to Brad Shepard's solo on the record. Things like that. So you'll see little differences that are quite unique and fun for the real train spotters among us who know us, that these songs back will be kind of surprised to hear some of the things that changed.
And people know that they know not just your lyrics and where they need to jump in as backing vocalists in the car when they're listening, but also guitar solos.
A few lyrics weren't finished, though, of course. You know, like our Wipeout, I tweaked the lyrics on the final day I had to sing it. It was, again, I thought it was a B-side, and I didn't take too much, you know, pains over it. In fact, I was a bit shirty because the producer said, you know, come in on a Saturday and do this vocal so we can finish this song. And I thought, well, it doesn't matter, does it, this one? So I woke up, I was had been out the night before, and so I just quickly finished off a few lyrics and went in and sang it only about once or twice. And then I said, that's enough, I'm out of here, going back to my weekend. A bit ridiculous, really. And the same way when we recorded that song, we did it live in the studio virtually. So there was no kind of like putting it together to be very careful and make the hit, it's the last thing on our mind. In fact, as I say, even the fact it was on the album surprised us, let alone when it became a single. So it's been a revelation all the way.
Lightning in a bottle. We love it. 30th of October is when you can get the 40th anniversary. Hoodagurus.net is the website where you get all the music. And, of course, you can go to great music stores like our own Clarity Records here in the city. You'll be able to pick it up there
Support
as well.
your local music store.
Yes. We love
them.
that in the team. Dave Faulkner, you're our legend. Congratulations. Thank you for the time. 40 magnificent years. Long may it continue.
Thank you. We won't have 40 more, but we'll try our hardest to get close to that target.
Dave Faulkner, the Hoodie Gurus, the 40th anniversary deluxe of Mars Knee Guitars. It's coming out end of the month.
Airways, voted world's best airline a record 9 times. Enjoy spacious seats, destination-inspired cuisine and award-winning hospitality in economy class, or elevate your journey in the world's best business class with on-demand a la carte dining and more. Fly Adelaide to Europe return from $1,599 economy class or $7,965 business class. T's and C's apply. Book by 31st of October. Visit pht.com.au.
Looking for your perfect home? At Rossdale Homes, we can make it happen. Explore our huge range of house and land packages today at rossdalehomes.com.au. With a variety of designs, locations and prices to suit every budget, your new home is just a click away. Got your own home design in mind? No problem. We'll customise a package just for you, backed by our fixed price guarantee. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
Hi, I'm Piper, a registered nurse at the Women's and Children's Hospital. Our health system is getting a lot bigger. We're getting more people, and there's upgrades to hospitals like new emergency departments. Heaps of new beds are already open, but there's more on the way, so you can get the right care when you need it. It's all part of building a bigger health system. To find out what's happening near you, visit biggerhealthsystem.sa.gov.au.
A message from the Government of South Australia.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Tamira Francis here with the 3:30 News headlines. Opposition leader Suzanne Lee is walking back her comments that Kevin Rudd should be dumped as Australia's ambassador to the US. Fears the Hutt Street Homeless Centre could reach capacity in the coming years. Calls for the Albanese government to clarify if super funds have been mandated to invest in the United States. And in sport, the Matildas are coming to town in December. The 5AA forecast, a shower or two this afternoon, 18 the top. Right now it's 14 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Race in now and get the power of Tyre Power's Great Race Sale. Everyone wins with safer tyres, which is why Tyre Power's Great Race Sale gives you the power to buy 3 and get 1 free on a mountain of Kumho tyres to suit passenger, SUV, utes and 4-wheel drive vehicles. Take pole position when you buy 3 and get 1 free on selected Kumho tyres. It's another powerful reason to choose Tyre Power. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Ignite your passion for exploration in the all-new Land Cruiser Prado from the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park. Featuring refined suspension and increased manoeuvrability, the Land Cruiser Prado boasts off-roading prowess, ready to conquer the most rugged landscapes. Land Cruiser Prado is your gateway to adventure. Come and experience the difference and take a test drive of the all-new Land Cruiser Prado today at Jarvis Toyota, now on Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Hi, Daniel Talia here, General Manager of Home. That's HAUME. Put simply, we buy homes. If you've received a letter from us in your mailbox, don't throw it away. You may be throwing away a golden opportunity to sell your home at market value. With zero effort, advertising fees or commissions, you'll save thousands of dollars. If you've received a letter from us, it means we're serious about buying your home. For more info, visit home.com.au. That's HAUME.com.au. The
2025 NAB AFLW season is on. This is your front row seat to the action. Tickets are just $15 and under 18s go free. So what are you waiting for? Visit women's.afl and get your tickets today. Yeah.
Always trusted. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Thanks for tuning in on this Wednesday afternoon. Complete Care live stream. That's complete with a K. 25 to 4. Delighted to have my next guest joining us. If you're a lover of food and culture, get excited because from the 7th until the 16th of November, the Italian Festival of Adelaide is on again. And Gina Marchetti.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Is the chair of the Adelaide Italian Festival. She joins me live in the studio. Gina, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I was practicing and we were having this conversation. Machete in this day and age is we don't say that.
No, we don't say that word.
We got thrown in a bin somewhere. Lovely. How exciting. It's not far away.
No, it's not. It's about, 2 or 3 weeks away now.
Yes.
Yes, we're very excited. There's lots to do and it all kicks off. It actually kicks off on the 2nd of November with our bike race that we do every year, the Grande Gita in McLaren Vale, finishing at Serafino, the lovely Steve. Yep, he's just a legend, and Maria. And then there'll be a bit of an Italian village atmosphere happening at Serafino for people, so you don't have to ride your bike like I won't be. I'll just be going for coffee and cake.
What's their word? The Shark Tooth, isn't it?
Shark Tooth.
I think that's their well-known wine,
yes, it is.
believe.
That's right.
Yes.
So you'll be able to have their wines. There'll be pizza. There'll be cannoli. There'll be gelati. So come up for a drive, spend a few hours and soak it all up as a bit of a prelude into the opening.
And then
now,
you're
our
away.
opening this year is at Festival Plaza, but we've got 2 days as an opening festival in the plaza this year, so we're pretty excited about that.
Have you had it before where it's over 2 days?
Not like this. So we've normally had like a big opening party and then we might have had the car display or a movie night or something. But this year it's like 2 days of the festa, right? So we're really quite, proud of that, right? Because it's been a long time coming for us. And there's going to be lots to do. So we start on the Friday. We start at 11 o'clock. So all the corporates, I used to be in corporates myself. I know you don't do any work Friday afternoon. So come down and have some pasta.
So it's like Melbourne Cup Day. You're sort of there, but you're not really working.
You're not really there.
No,
you just check your email and you're virtually there. And then we've got James Liotta emceeing that for us on the Friday. So he'll be good to have. And then we've got some opening events and then we have disco music into Friday night. And then on the Saturday, we do it all again. But on the Saturday, it's a little bit more for our families.
Yes.
So it's actually the day of the pageant.
Oh,
it
perfect.
is. Well, that's what we thought. So we thought,
perfect.
hey, after you've been sitting there and you've seen Santa and all the floats, come and have a pizza, come and have some pasta.
Because can I tell you, of all the foods, there is no kid that doesn't like Italian food.
That's right, they all eat
when
pizza.
in doubt, pizza and spaghetti. When in a butter pasta, it doesn't matter what it is.
And there'll be stuff for the kids to do.
Yeah, that's great.
We're going to have people that do the little balloon models and pasta necklace making and face painting and soccer goals from Adelaide City. So there'll be plenty of things for the kids to do during the day.
Great.
And then we'll go into the night again. We've actually got Calabrese, for those people that know Italy. Calabria is obviously very south and very beautiful. And we have a singer from Calabria. Her name is Carmen Floccari. And she's a bit of a...
Floccari. Whoa.
She's great.
Yes.
And she's going to be performing for us on the Saturday night. And then we'll roll into a bit of a, music party atmosphere out to 11 o'clock. So
Shouldn't play favourites. I love the Italian culture. So I was telling you off air, I feel like I'm part Italian.
I reckon you
Grew
might
up
be.
with the Italians, the PC family. Love it. Love your food. Love your culture. Love the music.
Yeah.
Love just the atmosphere of the whole thing. Give people a bit of a history. This has been going. Show my age here. You started the Italian festival the year that I was born, 1976.
Oh, God.
It's been going on a long time. Now, you did have a little pause like we all had a pause during COVID.
So back in 1976, they started the first one in Rundle Mall. And it was really for those Italian migrant families were like, well, we've got all these clubs and associations, let's all come together. Because they used to do this sort of thing in Italy all the time,
It was kind of
right?
Italians for Italians, wasn't it?
Correct, very much.
Yep.
And then they ran that for a long time. They went to Rymel Park for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
It was normally in February.
Yep.
Because Carnivale in Italy is in February. And then they went to Rymel Park, they ended up at Wayville. And then it kind of got all a bit hard. And then COVID hit.
Yes.
And then it got really hard for anybody doing this sort of stuff. And then it was reborn with a young man called Ben Rillo, who got some people together and started a new incorporation, a new board, and they became called the Adelaide Italian Festival, and they did that in 2020.
Yep.
And so this format, which is a little bit different because the old format was just one day somewhere or a couple of days somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of an open access model, so it's more like the Fringe model.
Excellent.
Which we love
Yep.
because everyone can express themselves the way they want.
Yep.
And so that model's been going for about 6 years. We've got over 60 events this year in our program. Go to our website. It's all there. There's so many things to do. It'll drive you bananas. I was only talking to somebody today, like, how are we going to get to everything and how are we going to... Anyway, we'll work that out.
You're going to have a military operation to make sure you can get from here, there,
so
and
we're
everywhere.
really proud that we've been able to keep it going from those original migrant families that started it off in 1976 because it's tough, this stuff. Like, it's not always easy to keep going. And we just want everybody to come. There's something for everyone. You don't have to be Italian. You don't have to...
No.
You just come down, taste, have some wine, we've got some nice Italian lager that's been made for the festival.
Okay.
Just come and enjoy yourself and soak it up a bit.
How big is the Italian community of Adelaide? Do we have any idea? Tens of thousands,
Yeah,
surely.
I think so. It's pretty big. And a lot of the clubs are still going. You know, we've got the Artavilla Club at Norwood, like Dom does a great job there.
Yes.
And we've still got the Fugala Falan Club. They're doing a great event this year. On the Sunday, they're doing what they call La Sagra. So the Sagra, and they're doing like northern cuisine, right? So it'll be all the northern type clubs bringing their food and their customs together and a bit of dancing, so that'll be nice.
I was at the Sicilian Club on the weekend.
Yes,
OG
it's
Road at Clinton.
beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, my Lord. The food spread was next level.
Yep. So the Sicilian Club's actually got this Saturday night, I think it is. They've got their 50-year anniversary.
It is the anniversary, 50th.
Which is a big deal. And a lot of them are coming up to 50 years. Campania Club's had 50 years.
Yep.
Santa Lario just had
All
70
volunteers
years.
too, by the way, on the night.
All volunteers, yeah. And I think it's great, but I think that's where it gets harder too. Because the next generation's probably not as interested in volunteering. But
No, but when Mr. Gallipo was there, like, because you've got
Yes.
such a great Italian community throughout
Yeah.
the city and the state. And that's what I love, that sense of community and pride in your history.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much you can see and do, and that will be all encompassed in your festival.
And Sebastian and his business and his family have been big supporters of the festival for a long, long time. I love them dearly, as have this year we've got Guardian Insurance. They've come on board. They're fantastic on Henley Beach Road. We've got Angelo and Archie. I don't know if anyone notices the refrigerated trucks that drive around called an Archie Refrigeration. Well, that's Angelo, and I've known Angelo since he was a little boy. He went to school with my brother, so there you go. And
that is such an Adelaide
I
thing to
know.
say. I went to school with him, and we're
not only here, right?
That's
It wouldn't
great.
happen in Sydney, but anyway. So and obviously San Remo. So San Remo, Pasquale Ferrari, and the team have
Next
always
level. They are next level
they're just
supporters
fantastic.
of everything. Aren't
They never say no.
Yep.
They're always there. They're going to be giving out little goodie bags at the bicycle ride at McLaren Vale. Yeah, they're just wonderful supporters of the festival. So, and then we've got a whole bunch of others that have come on board this year. So that's really helped us, put that back into the community and deliver something that we're really, really proud of.
We're so blessed that we have festivals like yours. So we've got Ausasia at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Ausasia's great.
You've got the Greeks with their festivals.
Yeah.
There's so many different festivals. The Bulgarians have Zarave. So it's a chance for all of us, and urge that. I think people get it now because we're such a multicultural town.
we are.
But in the past, it would be, okay, if you're not Italian, you kind of... But now it's for everyone.
It's for
Come
everybody.
and enjoy and engross yourself in everything that you mentioned. Pizza. Can I ask you a controversial? I mean, there will be no pineapple on pizza at this festival, will there?
Let's say, Angelo Chiazza from Pizza and Giro's probably going to be cringing when he hears this, but I doubt it.
Good. Yeah, I don't think you should.
It's not really.
I'm with you, 100%.
I mean, we're happy to do it, but there's so many other nice things to have on pizza.
I don't want to knock the Australian pizza makers.
Absolutely
they put too much on.
Yeah.
An Italian, that's the beauty of the pizza, is that you can do so much with so little.
And you see, when you go to Italy, it's actually quite interesting, the westernisation of it. Because when you go to Italy, it's actually very plain, very simple.
Yes.
But you come in, it's like, well, you can't serve that.
I like a tiny bit of mozzarella and either a little bit of pepperoni or salami.
And that's it.
That's
but
it.
We put, you've got to have a meat lovers.
Hang on, let's go to the pantry and find as much as we can and chuck it on the pizza. You don't need, and then it's heavy. It all falls off.
I know.
That's why you guys do the best pizza. Pasta. What's your go-to pasta?
So we'll have fusilli there on the night. So I don't know if everyone knows fusilli, but they're like the little spirally. They're the best.
Yep.
And actually the Attavilla Club's going to be doing that on the night.
Beautiful.
And it'll be really authentic. There'll be gnocchi from DeLugo. So we've got the gnocchi bar from DeLugo there.
Can I offend half the audience again? Australians don't know how to cook gnocchi properly. You've got to watch the Italians.
I reckon they should all go to the cooking classes.
So am I right? So the gnocchi rises to the top.
That's right.
And everyone thinks, well, hang on, it hasn't cooked long enough.
No,
we've got to leave it longer. It goes chewy.
That's right. Because if you let it overcook, it'll start to separate and break up. And then it's just not nice.
As soon as it rises,
correct,
whip it off.
Correct. But, look, I know I've got friends of mine. You should have pasta al dente, and I've got friends of mine who are of Italian descent who go, nah, man, let it go for another 2 or 3 minutes. And it's no.
So Chris Jarman gave me a great tip the other day. We're talking about rigatoni.
Yes.
And so he said, let's say it says 7 minutes. Get it out at 5.
That's right, because it cooks for another 2.
100%. Always breaks apart.
Yeah.
And in the end, you don't have your tubes. You've just got loose pasta.
Yeah, that's it.
Italians make, no surprise to you, the best lasagna. Again, it's been Australia-fied.
Yeah.
People put too much meat in their lasagna. I just want sheets of pasta. So, a little bit of sauce.
So my grandmother and my mother have taught me over the years that the trick with lasagna is that the pasta's got to be really fine.
Yeah.
And the finer it is, the more layers you can do, right? And you don't, now we put spinach and ricotta and we do all these variations, which are really good because, my daughter's vegetarian, so she doesn't want the meat. But yes, not too much. You don't need to put too much because if you end up doing 6 or 7 layers or, that's really filling, right? But the great thing about lasagna is, and it's a Christmas favourite for a lot of the Italian families because you can do it beforehand, right? Because we're all busy, right? We're going to church, right?
Yes.
So we can do it beforehand, put it in the fridge, and it's like, right, it's done. That's out the way, right? So, yeah.
I love to just, you carve through and you can see just 10, 15, 20 sheets of pasta.
It's beautiful.
A little bit of sauce. Oh, it's just, and we're going to get all of this at your festival, by the way.
Well, you might not get lasagna. Well, you might get lasagna.
So you never know. You got to go and find out.
You got to go and find out.
I could talk to you about food forever, Gina. The Italian donuts.
Yes, zeppole. So we are...
Those big ones,
yes,
the size of a steering wheel.
Yeah, so we are absolutely blessed this year. Our magnificent friends at Sant'Ilario, who run the aged care centre down there at Seaton, are going to be at Festival Plaza on the Friday cooking authentic. You cannot get more authentic than what they do, these people. Like, this is tradition. This is a dying art, this whole zeppole thing.
Do you think the donuts should be like harder or softer? Because sometimes you'll see them soft and say, I like a crunchy, I like a little bit of,
Yeah, it's a fine art, right? So they've got to get the oil right. It can't be too hot.
No.
And, and they've got to make sure they take it out at the right time. Like, don't let it brown too much, but a little bit of crunch is nice.
Yeah, I like crunch.
And, of course, you have the ones that are sweet and then you have the savoury ones with the Alige in them, which are beautiful. So they'll be there doing that.
People are literally drooling as they're driving now, like looking down on their laps and there's just a little bit of dribble coming down.
Yeah,
just thinking this is the weekend that we get to enjoy all of this and more. Now, I'm a non-drinker, so you're going to have to help me out here. What do you drink, wine and spirits, at an Italian festival?
So we're going to have, so we've actually been really blessed this year. We've got lots of wine sponsors. We've got 2. So we've got Daniel Amadio from Amadio Wines.
He's
a lovely Daniel, and he's sponsoring. We've also got Luke Saturno and the Saturno family who run Barbo and Bambino Wines.
Okay.
Very different stories, both sons of Italian generations.
Yes.
But one actually has a vineyard in Italy and one has a vineyard here. So interesting. So we'll have all of their wines available to purchase. And we've also got Pirate Life on board this year, and they've made an Italian lager for us in an Italian Adelaide Festival branded can.
Wow.
Yes.
What's an Italian beer versus a North? I don't know. Is there like a...
So I really need my husband, you know, because he's
That's
a brewer,
okay.
right? But he reckons they're a little bit bitter, more bitter.
Okay.
Right? So we would have loved to have the Peroni and the Moretti's, but we can't have glass at Festival Plaza.
Oh, okay.
Because, somebody might end up hurting somebody. So
there are rules. That's
there
okay.
are rules. And we've also got Ambleside Gin and Campari.
Oh.
So there's plenty of stuff.
Can you hear? You can hear those footsteps. That's Stephen Rowe running down the hallway because he is the biggest Campari fan
he loves it.
all time.
Yeah, they'll be there.
All time.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds delicious.
Yeah,
it sounds amazing.
Plenty to
Plus
choose
music,
from. Plus
and
music.
culture and fun.
Plus a pop-up restaurant for those people that get sick of going up and down the market stall area and just want to go and have some quiet time in the restaurant. We're going to have that as well.
AdelaideItalianFestival.com.au is the website where we need to go.
Go to the website. The program is there. You can download the program. You can go through and you can book your tickets to everything.
Oh, look, Brooklyn's put it on our live stream now. Look at this.
Look at that.
Great job, Lenny. Look at, I mean,
look at
we didn't even mention the gelati.
Oh, there'll be gelati and there'll be cannoli. I think actually we've got some sweets here.
Well, we're going to do that after the break.
Yeah.
What's your favourite gelati?
Oh, I know I'm boring, but I actually like the lemon sorbet.
Me too.
I just do.
It's the best.
And when you go to Napoli and you have the granita.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, it's really nice.
When you go through Italy and you see those like shops that are nothing but gelati.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It is the best.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break. We have Gina Marchetti here, who is the chair of the Adelaide Italian Festival. I want to do two things if we can after the break, because you've been very, very kind. You brought in some desserts and some treats, courtesy of Sarah from Chanella's.
Yes, from
who we
Chanella's.
love. And we love Michael and we love Luke from Chanella's. They're amazing. So we're going to try those. I also heard a rumour you're a big Tim Jennifer fan.
I am a massive Port Adelaide and Magpie fan, right? I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm a Norwood girl. I grew up in the Norwood area, but I never went for the Norwood Redlegs. There you go.
You know what? I'm going to see if him in. I'll see if Rowie wants to come in too.
I reckon we should get him to do the taste test.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All that and more. Italian Festival, AdelaideItalianFestival.com.au. Back after this.
Join Rowie and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of The Sport Show. Visit Peter Page Hyundai and take a test drive today to find your perfect Hyundai car. Elizabeth Way, Elizabeth.
Is your tech causing chaos? You need Geeks to You. Got a constantly crashing computer, weak Wi-Fi, problematic printer? Our fast and friendly geeks are available to come to you. No fix, no fee, Geeks guarantee. Geeks to You, part of Officeworks.
Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Join Stephen Bartlett as he asks the questions no one else asks. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
What do Rebel Wilson, Jimmy Fallon, and Mr. Beast have in common? They've all been on The Diary of a CEO and shared things they usually don't. On The Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett takes you on an unfiltered journey into the stories of the people who have shaped culture, built greatness, and created lives worth learning from. Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
Imagine it's a beautiful sunny day. You're standing on a garden of lush green turf. You've got your shoes off so you can feel that grass between your toes. Give them a good scrunch. Really feel your feet sink into the cool, soft grass. That feeling is yours every day when you lay lawn in your garden from the Turf Farm. The Turf Farm plant it, nurture it, harvest it, deliver it, and importantly, they guarantee it. Trust the Turf Farm. Go to theturffarm.com.au.
Turkey Flat Vineyards, renowned winery nestled in the heart of the beautiful Barossa Valley. The vineyard's home to some of the oldest Shiraz vines in the world, and the cellar door is a converted butchery which dates back to the 1860s. Turkey Flat Vineyards, excited to unveil their refreshed design for the much-loved Butcher's Block range, marks a return to the winery's roots and celebrates their deep heritage. The range is now bottled in a new lightweight glass bottle, which is a great step towards reducing environmental impact. Also stays true to the approachable nature of the Butcher's Block range. Spend a day at their cellar door. You will love it. Turkey Flat Vineyards, Bethany Road, Tanunda. Drink responsibly.
Hi, it's Wayne Phillips. We're celebrating Wayne Phillips Ford's 40th anniversary. Right now, we've a handful of Ford Ranger Wild Tracks in stock with a bi-turbo from only $67,000 drive away for ABN holders. Or go all out with the V6 Ranger Wild Track, now under $72,000 drive away for ABN holders. Save $8,500. Be quick, when they're gone, they're gone. Wayne Phillips Ford celebrating 40 years at Christie's Beach, or go online at waynephillipsford.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. The Excelsior Hotel has 20% seniors discount on meals 12 till 3 Monday to Friday and all day weekends. The Excelsior Hotel Brompton feels like coming home, but better. Disco Fever is coming in hot Sunday, November 9 at the Capri Theatre with live music from Love Soul Deep, followed by a screening of Saturday Night Fever. Book now.
KFC's new $4.95 Sweet Tokyo fill-up. Hot and crispy, drizzled with sweet teriyaki, sprinkled with sesame seeds, plus all your other faves. Kind of sweet, kind of not. Like being told, your face is so unique. Rude. KFC FLG. Not everywhere, not forever. Pick up only until 4 p.m.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Tim Geneva, Stephen Rowe coming up very shortly with the Sports Show. Our special guest on the Complete Care live stream is Gina Marchetti, the chair of the Adelaide Italian Festival. I just found out in the break, Tim,
yes,
that Dom Ronaldo's been calling me a name that I shouldn't be known as in Italian the whole time. Thank you, Gina, for explaining that to us.
It's funny when you go to learn another language, the first thing they normally teach you is the swear words.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's Dom's
exactly
greeting.
right.
So there's your hero, Tim Geneva, right in front of you.
This is my hero, Tim Geneva. One of many, but
yeah, one of many.
You're up there.
As Mariah Carey sang, as a hero comes along. Now, we have some desserts for you to try, Tim, and thank you so much, Gina. And we should say that Sarah, who's come in with you, went to Chanella's, went and saw Michael, Luke and the great team there, bought these 4 amazing desserts.
Yes.
Put them on the roof of her car, and then the monsoonal winds that we have in Adelaide today, Timmy blew them halfway down the street. So they're a little combined, but still.
I've got to say that the resilience of the product.
Yeah, correct.
It's a bit like the culture. It's a bit like the people.
I mean, it's just beautiful.
Amazing. They haven't really suffered a great deal. So,
all right, so rip in there. You got some tiramisu to try.
Yep.
Bombolina. And you've got cannoli.
Oh, holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli.
Gee, the kids love the
best
cannoli.
Italian to ever play footy in the Port Adelaide area,
yeah,
Timmy.
Come on.
Oh, well, he'll nominate himself, George Biaggi, no doubt about
exactly.
that.
Did you see how I led you into that, George? Got the text from
God, he'll
George.
be listening to. I used to love the great Carl Fragamini. Another great Italian name, of course, for Port Adelaide. But, gee whiz, there we go.
Oh, yum.
See, this is what you're going to get, a weekend off.
That's what you're going to get, the festival.
And we should say, too, you've got the Taste Lane, the Via del Gusto.
Yeah, so that will be where all the vendors are. We've got about 20 different stalls.
You've got the Heartbeat, the Piazza Centrale.
Yeah, so that's where the stage will be with all the entertainment that's happening on the night.
And you've got the Osteria Terrazza.
And that's where the pop-up restaurant will be. So we'll have, this is the first year we're going to try the pop-up restaurant with a young lady called Vincenza Clementi from Olio Catering.
Okay.
She's beautiful person, and she's going to be serving a chef's table menu with wines from Bambino and Barbo wines and Daniel Amadio wines.
It is next level.
Yeah, it's going to be really
It is going to be the greatest time.
Stop.
Keep going. Adelaide Italian
Doesn't look like you wanted to me.
Festival.com.au, folks, if you want to find out everything you need to know about the Adelaide Italian Festival. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Lovely to see you, Timmy. Enjoy that. Take that with you.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Look at that. Look at that on the Complete Care live stream. Although maybe don't if you're Gary the Tech and you see how much dessert's just fallen everywhere. Thank you. Sports Show coming up from 4.
Yes, exactly. Big show coming up. We're speaking to Matt Renshaw. Of course, the Australian team are playing India here in Adelaide tomorrow. Starts, I reckon, 2 p.m. our time in Adelaide. So that's going to be a good one. We actually got Dizzy Gillespie on as well.
Nice.
Having a yarn. He's an interesting one. It's about the iconic kangaroo and actually honouring the kangaroo. So that's going to be a little bit interesting, and we'll get a bit of Ashes talk out of him at the same time, of course. But also a big tall topic is going to be, on what sporting hill would you die for? So something you will never back down from, a statement you'll never back down from in sport.
I'm going to be listening after 4.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. Enjoy the desserts, Gina. Lovely to see you. Thanks you for coming in. Don't forget tomorrow, Interactive Lounge, ECH. They'll be here discussing the support at home services taking effect from November 1. We'll see you tomorrow.
Adelaide's only local sports show. It's the very latest in